All right, here's another video about why I believe God is real and just some experiences that I've had with him, or an experience I had with him. So when I was in middle school, my family would spend some time with some other families. We were pretty close to these other two families, and we would go jet skiing in the summertime. And we would spend, I think it's pretty much sixth grade through eighth grade. We would go jet skiing at least once a summer, and just have a blast out there. We'd have a great time on the lake. And so my eighth grade summer, I think that was the last time we actually ended up going. But anyways, I'm 14 years old. I'm riding in the back of this truck, and we're pulling the jet skis behind us. And so what we were going to do, the plan was we were going to drop the jet skis in the water. I was going to climb on one of them, and my brother was going to climb on the other one, and we are just going to drive to the beach that we were hanging out, so then we could just take turns riding jet skis. And so when we were driving to the spot to drop the jet skis off in the water, I felt this fuzzy little thing land on my leg. And I didn't think much about it. And then all of a sudden, I felt this intense stinging. And I looked down and slap away. And I see this bee as I slap it away, right? And the stinger is stuck in my calf. Now, I kind of start freaking out because my dad, he is very allergic to bees. So I start getting really worried. My dad, if he was stung by that bee, we would have to drop everything and drive as fast as we could to the hospital to make sure we got him the care that he needed. And I'd never been stung by a bee before, so I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is that I was in pain. I look down at my leg and I see this red ring around the stinger. I was able to get the stinger out of my leg. And it was just this intense burning pain. And so I didn't know what else to do. So I just started praying. Now, I don't remember my prayer specifically. The only part that I do remember has been burned into my mind forever because it was one of the most life-changing experiences of my life. As I'm praying, I say the name Jesus. And as I say the name Jesus, all the pain, all the redness, so the physical pain, the visual effects of the stinger is in my leg, right? The red ring, all of that instantly went away as soon as I said Jesus in the prayer. And it was like reading the New Testament where Jesus is walking around and just healing people there's the people who believe in him, who express faith in him, who believe that he has the power to heal them. Those are the ones that are healed throughout the New Testament. And it was exactly like that. I'm calling out to God because of my faith in him. My faith led me to believe that he's going to keep me safe in a moment of time that I had zero control over. I didn't know what the effects of that bee was going to have on me, or the bee sting was going to have on me. But I cried out to God, specifically Jesus, to heal me or just to keep me safe. And he ended up healing me. And so that freaked me out so badly. I didn't tell anyone for 6 years. I think the time I actually told someone that story was when I was 20 years old, serving in the military. I was with the pastor and his family, and so bee stings came up, and I shared that with them. But it took me 6 years to tell anyone that story because it freaked me out so badly. But yeah, that was a time that I say that God healed me miraculously. Have I seen him heal like that since then? I have not. I wish I could say that because I was a hospital chaplain, and it would have been amazing if I could walk down all the halls of the hospital healing people in Jesus' name. But for some reason, God has chosen not to heal like that through me since then. Does that make God any less God? No. for some reason, he has just chosen not to do that. And I can't control that. All I can do is faithfully walk with God and faithfully pursue God and point others to him. And prayerfully, I hope that other people experience those types of healings. And if not, guess what? When we die and we go to heaven, we'll experience all the perfect healing at that time. We won't have to worry about sickness or death or anything painful. We'll just be good to go. So at some point, all of God's children will be healed permanently. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a good night.